Hello everyone. Several of you had some questions about the cash collection schedule. So what I did was I pulled out a problem from the book. It's problem 8. Oops, sorry. It's problem 8-1. So you can catch that in the book. That's what this is up here. All I wanted to do was get you some base information so you could work with it. So we set it up as our basic template for cash collections. Okay, so there's a couple of things you need to know. One is what's the rate of collection? So up in the problem, they tell you that you got a 20%, 70%, and a 10% collection rate. That totals 100. So as a result, there is no uncollectible. There is no third month. It's just month of sale, first month after, and second month after. And so always check to make sure your percentages add to 100%. If they don't, then you probably have some uncollectible. Okay? So at that point, I would tell you that what the month that you're after is going to be June. So we're going to look for cash collections in June. The problem would have to specify that. So look for that first. For some reason didn't specify that in here. They also give you a lot more sales information than you need. So that's why I always start with the month that I'm asked for. So I start with June down here and say, well, what is that? That's a nothing. So anyway, I start with the June part. And at that point, I need to figure out, okay, how much do I collect and when? So the first question here is going to be, what are my credit sales for June? And that amount is $200,000. Can everybody find that? Okay, can everybody find that? It's up in the problem. It says $200,000. At that point, you go in and you put your percentages in. So I would do 20% here. I would do 70% that I'm going to collect in July. Why? Because July is the first month after June. And then I would collect that last 10% of June out here in August, because August is the second month after. When it comes to May, the credit sale was $500,000. And how much of that would I collect in June? June would be the first month after May. So I would get my 70% here. And that would leave me with 10% out here in July. Okay. And then in April, I've got 300,000. And I would only get that 10% in June because why? June is the second month after April. So that's your rates of collection. So 20, 70, 10 this way. And then you can turn it up this way, 20, 70, 10, and then fill in the other blanks. Okay? Any questions? Come talk to me. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual calculations. And they go like this. So credit sales, as I said, are 300, 500, and 200. And so the cash collections in June are going to be 30,000. That's that 10%, 350, which was that 70%. Okay. And then I got the 20% collected in June of June sales. Now that also tells me that I've got some amounts to collect in July and August. And those amounts were 50, 140, and 20. Note, you do not have any cash sales here. So cash sales are the amount of the total sales that are collected in cash before they hit the credit sales. This is just the credit sales. Okay? Now, the other thing that we talked about is accounts receivable, and there's two ways to get there. So if we look at receivables at the end of June, That's where we use the triangle method. So my receivables are going to be sales that occurred before the end of June, for which we have yet to collect the cash. So the 50, the 140, and the 20 are what we have yet to collect. And if I add those together, I get 210,000. That's my ending receivables. Okay. Now, alternatively, you can do it this way. May and June are the month, and remember, this is what I was saying, that sales that occurred for which we have not collected the cash. So at the end of June, uncollected June 30, I've still got 10% of May. Okay, so I've still got this 10% out here of May. Okay, and then I've got 80% of June, because in June I've only collected this 20%. So the rest of it is the 70 and the 10. So when I multiply these out, I get the 50, the 160, add them up, and I get the 210. So I can get this either way, okay? And that should hopefully clarify a little bit on how to do the cash collection schedule. So anyway, I hope that helps, and I will see you in class. Bye.